Let me ask first what you make of the inclusion in the FTSE Russell indexes. I mean, how important is this for Polish stocks, for Polish investments?
Well, I think it's an important milestone, and to a certain extent, it recognizes the fact that Poland has really had an unprecedented run of uninterrupted growth. Over the last 30 almost years, it has doubled its economic size. It has also doubled GDP per capita, and it has uninterrupted growth and has not really even a recession. So I think it's an important milestone. On the other hand, the question is obviously, where is it going from now that we are entering this club of developed markets? For the time being, I think it's a net positive. We have widened the broad of our investors that we can tell the Polish story about, and I think it's a story of a success.
OK, so you see it as a success. Good morning to you, Pawel.
Morning.
So if you want to do any deals, if you want to do any M&A in Poland, I guess you might want to do it quickly to get in before the rest of the world. So you said last month you might be interested in buying local mutual funds or foreign insurers, or PZU has said this at least. Is your company, are you in talks right now to expand in any of those areas, doing deals, M&A?
Well, we are all the time looking in the market, not only in Poland but also outside. There are a lot of structural areas where we'd like to grow. One of them is, as you pointed out, asset management. We still believe that investment per household in Poland is not high enough. I think people will save more. And with the wealth creation that we have seen over the last 30 years, as I say, GDP per capita doubling, I think that this is going to become a very important theme. Asset management is something that we really believe in. The other part is health. I think that with people having more and more wealth, and with the demographic effect that we have in Poland, people will want to spend more on their health.
Yes.
And this is an important area where we would like to expand.
And so if you're talking about M&A targets, does that mean you've got assets under management in mind, how big you want to be in that area, or certain countries you want to expand into?
Well, listen, our ambition is not to be the biggest player in Poland. Our ambition is to really become a global asset manager outside of Warsaw. I think we have fabulous talent. We have a lot of people that also come back from London who have had great experience in the UK in asset management. And I believe we really have the possibility to become, if not a regional, then a European player outside of Warsaw. So, yes, obviously, we want to grow in size. We would like to become by far the biggest asset manager in the region. And I believe that the current pension reform that is going on in Poland, but also venturing into passive funds, which is our newest, let's say, enterprise, will be something that will really move the needle in this respect.
I want to talk more about investments into healthcare, Pawel. It's clearly a huge trend sweeping the globe from California, probably through China and back around here. Where do you see the where do you see the biggest benefits as an investor? I mean, are you talking about healthcare technology? Are you talking about retail healthcare on the streets in Poland? Are you talking about hospital investments? What do you think are the best chances for you?
Yeah, so you mentioned, for example, China. I think Ping An is a very good example of how an insurer can play an even bigger role in the healthcare system in its country. And when we look at the Polish healthcare system, I think that at some point some kind of private solution will come about to help the public's part. I believe that PZU is fantastically positioned to help in this respect. We want to be not only the biggest health insurer in the country, which we already are, but we would like to be the biggest health services provider in the country. And this all, plays into our own strategy to really cover all needs of our customers, from insurance, banking, asset management, and also health. So it's all the topics that you've mentioned. We are heavily investing also in health technology, anything that can help the effectiveness of health care in Poland. And I believe that PZU, which is a very trusted brand in Poland, is very well positioned to really reap the benefits of all those innovations.
OK, so health tech is an area you're interested in. We've talked about your ambitions in global asset management.
Yeah.
What about within the banking sector? You have investments, stakes in some banks, Alior being one of them. What are your intentions there? Do you want to eventually exit bank investments? Do you want to load up on further bank investments? What's your strategy in that area?
I think that at the present, we're just about right where we are in terms of the banking exposure. So our whole idea about, being, as an insurer, present in the banking market is something that, I see all my fellow colleagues of global insurers looking about. Is the question is, where is insurance going into? And I think that the biggest risk for insurers is right now that they will lose the relationship with clients, that we will become a mere product factory, and that others, technology companies, but also banks, will actually be the one distributing our products to our clients. So I think it's incredibly important for us to keep the client relationship. And I believe that in the future, differences between banking products, insurance products, investment products will blur, and that it all will boil down to a discussion with the client around, his financial planning, his or her financial
So bank
planning.
assurance tied together, it
Absolutely.
works in the Polish context.
We really want to make it work. We see, for example, the French model that, we see occurrences where it really makes sense to work. We have invested heavily in the technology of our banks to really be present in their discussions with the clients, have a seamless discussion with the clients, going from banking into insurance. And I believe that this is something where insurance will take us in the future. And this is all, as I said, part of the strategy to really have a 360 view of the client around everything that he would like to talk about.